What up, guys and girls? Another brand new video coming at you today. Yes, we are back again for another round of AOR Oceania F1 in Season 3 for Oceania, Season 16 overall for the league. We're here for round number 13 here at the Belgium Grand Prix. Pretty clear skies by the looks of things for qualifying as we make our way out of pits here, and let's get a little bit too over-anxious there on the pedals. Quick reminder of the championship standings. It's an 11-point lead between New Zealand Ryan and Greek Master. We're P14, obviously, dropping now behind Rain, who's jumped to P13. 35 points between Williams and Ferrari in the Constructors, and we're 13 points behind Sauber and 5 ahead of both Toro Rosso and I believe Renault. Unfortunately, I didn't actually have a proper shot of the Renault points tally, so I do apologise, but I may get that one fixed up maybe a little bit later on. But yeah, heading into this one, didn't have a great deal of practice, and I'm not gonna lie here. So basically, I was pretty ill on the Friday, so I had to pull out. I decided to pull out of the usual SRL, obviously, on Friday, because I just wasn't feeling the best, or I was pretty much sick all around. So yeah, I mean, I'd only had probably a little bit of practice going into this one. So I mean, if we just get another decent top 10 result, then probably anything's possible here. So we're just really going for glory here. So you can see we're on our first flying lap here, just running a little bit wide coming out of Pouon here. But of course, this is only just a banker lap here, so I wasn't going to go blindingly fast here. You can probably see on the bottom right here, we nearly lose the back end coming out of turn 16 there. I believe that's Stavolo. I could be wrong. So if I get my track parts wrong, I do apologise. But coming through the final corner here, just turned out a little bit too early there and actually get this lap time and the next lap time invalidated, which wasn't really ideal at all. So, I mean, I completed the lap anyway. It was a 1:43.873 if we did hit the proper lap time. But obviously rolled out of it there and just let Prez BC go through here. But here around Belgium, you pretty much only get about one lap around here as we go past DLG Gamble. I'm not sure actually if he had a moment there or not, but yeah, you pretty much what's the wording? Time certain a little bit here to get your lap times. You pretty much just nearly go for pretty much one run each, and that's pretty much it for a lap here. You have to get back quickly to the pit lane, and then pretty much your time's pretty much nearly running out. So you see at the moment, my teammate's currently P5 at the moment here, but I think New Zealand Ryan currently leads the way on the super soft tyres. But you can see now coming out for our second run here, as we just going to let Neon Tridone go through. I think he's probably on a lap time and taking it a lot more cautiously second time around compared to first time. It's
15 minutes from now.
You see we're actually going out on the soft tyres here, so yeah, it's sort of just playing it a little bit cautiously here just in case something happens. If I muck up probably the last run, which I'm probably going to run on the super soft tyres, you probably easily get away with the super soft tyres around here. I mean, starting the race on them. You probably can do softs as well, but it's a little bit tricky because the only knowledge I really have is when I was in the commentary box for TOR Pacific. That's pretty much all the knowledge I have for Belgium. But anyway, you can see he's just running a little bit wide coming through into Les Combes, and that was pretty much ruined my run there through turn 8 there, and I obviously turned in way too early, and that was pretty much the lap time done and dusted. But we're actually going to stay on board. Here's a nice little oversteer over coming out of the second last corner here. So anyway, we'll stick on board here for a lap around Spa-Francorchamps, going down here into turn 1 here. It's a little bit tricky here. Got to take a nice tight line through here. And obviously, went straight up into third gear to avoid the wheel spin as DRC Jared now goes to the top on the super soft tyres. But now coming up into Eau Rouge Raidillon. This is a little bit different compared to F1 2017. It's a lot more bumpier, and you could easily lose the back end. I was struggling a lot, even with the practice I had going into this one, a little bit of it, mind you. It was really a struggle for me, and I was just losing it right, left, and centre. You saw there my teammate actually left the session there, had a little disconnect issue there, so I think he'll rejoin probably in a moment or two. Can't remember whether I sent him an invite or someone else did. But anyway, coming through the corner with no name now. Sector-wise, we were probably up about 3.5 tenths of a second at first sector time. A much better run there through Pouon there. Again, you don't want to touch the curves because they are so deadly going through Pouon here. You sort of touch them through around here into 13 and 14. But try not to extend the curve out of turn 15 because you can easily run, you can invalidate your lap time. And I was a bit worried I'd get my lap time invalidated through turn 15. But you see my teammates now rejoined. But there was obviously a much better run through 16. Coming through Blanchimon here. Pretty much flat attack through here. Don't want to take a lot of curve through here. Pretty much lining up the bus stop chicane here. Trying to not muck up a run through here. Taking it a little bit more cautiously here. Running it as wide as we can as we come across the line. Now we go up into position number 7 here. I think we're about 9 tenths quicker. The previous run on a 42.875. As you can see, and obviously put us P7 just ahead of my teammate there as we just get past the LG Campbell who's on an outlap. But you can probably see the timer, it's really line ball here because as you can see I was actually better than the next lap time. But I wasn't really, I would say I was doing another lap here. I was just really pushing to just get back into the pits to obviously get onto probably the last set of super soft tyres to try for pretty much one run here. As you can see here, we're pretty much, it's 2 minutes 20 left on the clock, so I literally went quick smart.
All set.
Got the super soft tyres on, got most of the fuel out, left a little bit in just in case something went wrong here, but I think we should have enough fuel to get this final lap done here. But you can see we actually just pop out ahead of New Zealand Ryan here, which was, yeah, I mean, this game certainly has some interesting ways of allowing people out of the pits. But anyway, in the end I just decided to just let him go here really because I wasn't really, probably just going to let him stick behind me a little bit here. I mean, I probably could have let him have a little bit more slipstream, but knowing him, he probably want to have a clean lap here, and considering where he is in the championship, he probably wants to have a good qualifying position here. Obviously, I think he got pole here last year, and Ho. There was an Ho that got pole here last season, yeah, and obviously he took the race victory. But we'll stick aboard here for the pretty much final lap here. We managed to just have enough time, literally nothing in it, so this is pretty much one and all really. So
we're expecting some rain soon. Expect the first drops in the next few minutes.
It's literally rain. I mean, if we had a longer qualifying session, that could have easily played a factor here. But nice run through there up Eau Rouge Radion. But I think the only guy I was going to mention that didn't get to quite get around in time was probably Ben. But we took a little too much curve through turn 7 there in La Com, and that was just enough to pretty much spin the car around. And well, to be honest at this point, pretty much like last time out, I was furious. I was just furious at myself for doing that mistake. The probably mistake was going all the way back down into 3rd gear for that one, but anyway, it is what it is. I pretty much retired straight away. I obviously let Ben go through it. I didn't actually know. I just originally thought he was on the lap time, but I'm going to shut up here and actually let you watch it on board with Greek Master. Enjoy.
You've just put in the fastest lap. Good job.
And that was good enough, I think, for pole position here as we get a nice little bit of 600 XP there. Again, I still don't know why we have that. But anyway, it was good enough for pole position in the end, as you saw there with a 141.115. And his championship rival, New Zealand Ryan, is on the front row. So it's going to be an interesting front row. So I'm actually sort of glad as well that we actually got dropped down to P11. So that means we have a fresh set of tyres to start on. My teammate in P9 as well. But it's going to be interesting for sure. But it's time to go racing here at the Belgium Grand Prix.
Okay, don't do anything reckless today. Just take it easy and we should have a good race.
With where I'm starting, I'm not going to do anything silly. Thank you, Jeff, as always. Welcome to the grid for the Belgium Grand Prix. As you can see, a bit of overcast skies there. As you can see, we're going to go on the one-stop strategy. Obviously, starting out on the 10s, start off soft tyres and go straight onto the medium tyres. We set off on the formation lap.
The map is good, but we need to learn the gears, so go into each one when you can. We're going to need some work on the brakes, so put some energy into them and warm the tyres as well, please.
Jeff, so pretty much I think everybody in the top 10 is starting on super softs, barring obviously myself. I'm starting on soft tyres, and Prez is starting on the medium tyres here. So certainly going to be an interesting race for sure.
Keep an eye on the line.
As we about to, looks like we're going to get set here for, as you can see, the tension is starting to build here. As we're still waiting here to get things started here. We're pretty much all readied up here, and pretty much Ben is the only one that is still yet to ready up at this point in time. And this literally went on for quite a while now. Tension's still building as we speak. So we're just literally waiting, still waiting. Just like we were just all hoping, I think, at this point. Just waiting for him to see that tick pop up, but just wasn't really happening at all. So still waiting here. This is probably about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes later or something. So still waiting, still loading for some unknown reason. Whether the game's glitched or not, whether it's glitched for him, I don't know. But we're still waiting, and I think at this point, this music is probably suitable. Yeah, so pretty much after all that, it was found that we had to restart the lobby, obviously. So I think it was probably more a glitch on Ben's side of things, because I think he said he readied up or something or other. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, basically we all had to it came to a point that we had to restart at this point in time. And basically it was decided, obviously, that everybody would be still starting on the same tyres that they were going to start the race on, as always. But things didn't get started well for Rain, obviously. As you saw there, he actually has disconnected from the lobby here. So pretty much while the cars were pretty much getting reset for the, not reset, going to reforming the grid, I just invited him back into the lobby. So maybe able to gain one spot already.
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
Depending on when he rejoins, because it's a sort of a bit of a tricky one here. So we're probably going to gain, like I said, mentioned, one spot already. So finally, after all that, we're all set for round number 13 at the Belgium Grand Prix. 5 red lights let's do it around Spa-Francorchamps. It's a pretty good start, and I was sort of a bit cautious behind Laggy here because I wasn't sure whether he had another little bit of a decent start there, but going literally side by side, I think, with Prez. Like I mentioned, we did get past the Red X, the sort of disconnected car of Rain. And going through Eau Rouge there, not the greatest of runs at all if I'm not wrong, but anyway, we actually get our first corner cut warning of the race, so it didn't take long. So but a great job from Laggy. He's now gained a spot already on Gamble, who's run very wide coming into Les Combes. We're going to see maybe if we can try and get him here through pretty much the end here at turn 9, but not quite close enough here. And I think obviously Rain's now back in the lobby here. There's a little bit of battling going on here. I think that's Ben up the inside of Neon there, but it's not easy trying to go around the outside. I think Neon probably just hang on for now, but you see probably Gamble's lagging all over the screen for me here, so taking it nice and cautiously through here, and you can probably see the proximity. Aaron Raid is literally right up my gearbox here, so it's literally going to be on here as Gamble as a look here up the inside of my teammate. Nothing really doing there at all.
That's a decent start. Good job.
Thank you, Jeff. So we've already sort of gained one spot there thanks to Rain, but see it running wide coming out of exit of turn 15 there, but Rain nearly went into the wall coming out of turn 16 there, but you can see Gamble is still red Xing at this point here. It's sort of like rejoining, red Xing, and comes back again and red Xing again, and now he's fully red Xing at this point, so decided to send it up the inside here, not knowing what was going to happen. Get another warning there, obviously, the corner cover. You can see he's ghosting there and just suddenly just disappears, and you can probably see that orange dot has now turned up at the back of the grid, so he must have had some issue going on with his game there. So yeah, it's really unfortunate for Gamble. So he's back now, I think, in pretty much dead last there actually, and he's well and truly behind the pack at this point in time, and probably a lot of battling going on in the front here as we run a lot wide. You can tell literally how much I was struggling up Eau Rouge Radion, especially, and it was really hurting me a lot throughout this whole weekend. As now Rain goes up the inside here into Les Combes, and he gets the position, so now up into P9. Next up for him was obviously my teammate, just a little bit further up the road. He's going a little bit wide there and get a bit of gravel there, as you probably would have heard there, but now just pretty much on the end of lap, well, middle of lap 2. That's Master Berserk off to the left there, so he's had a moment coming off out of turn 16 there. It's quite easy to do. So yeah, it's a real shame for Berserk. I think he's now behind Gamble, so that's put him back to dead last. So now we're battling away here for position 8 here, trying to keep in the slipstream here of Rain. I think we'll probably try and get the DRS in this lap because we get their first time penalty there, but yeah, we're well and truly out of the slipstream here. He's got a big enough of a gap ahead, does Rain, but you can probably see behind his yellow flags. I think that's Master Berserk, who's not having the greatest of races at all, so both DLG Gamble, obviously that's his moment there. We'll probably grab a replay of it. Master Berserk probably don't have a lot of footage, but yeah, I don't know what on earth happened here, because it was just a random yellow flag and yet nobody crashed, so that was all very weird there. So that's probably another glitch that's happening in this game. You can see in the foreground there, that's my teammate and Rain going side by side, literally through Blanchimont here. So there's pretty much here, this is pretty much a battle here with, it's pretty much us four here that are battling away here. So it's pretty much Haas v Sauber here at the moment. It's Sauber 1, then Haas 2 and 3, and then obviously Prez in 4th, obviously, out of this battle group here. Obviously we're battling for P7, 8, 9, 10 in this race. So we're pretty much going to gain points here, but how much, who knows. So we really need to gain points here in the constructors wise, because obviously Sauber are pretty pulling away here. Obviously you saw 13 points between us. It wasn't the greatest of runs here out of Eau Rouge again, but you can see Laggy trying to get past Rain again, coming up into Les Combes. Goes the long way around and does a pretty good job to get in the position. So nicely done there from my teammate, as Rain has a big oversteer moment coming out of turn 9 there. It's quite easy to do to lose the back end here. It's trying to get a good run out of through Puon, but you see lost all the momentum there to rain behind here. So we're going to have a look at a few replays here, and I've actually had to bring back the split screen here. I haven't used the split screen for a long while. Probably used it in the F2 highlights, but I probably haven't used this for quite a while. So it's the first time actually for the F1s here. So we go on board with New Zealand Ryan on the left, Greek Master on the right. Obviously, it's probably mainly to do with how the grid spots are, because the pole position's on the right-hand side, as you see. Oh, Greek, and nearly tangled up with Ryan. Jared's come from nowhere to come and to get the race lead. I wouldn't be surprised if he's got some illegal overtakes for that one. So I think he's going to probably, it's now Fence comes out of nowhere. It's now a Williams 1-2 after all of that. So Greek's comfortably leading at the moment as his footage disappears for now. We'll jump on board now with Fence as he's now going to, as Ryan now sets up the inside. Here's a little bit of contact. That's now Ryan up into position 2, and obviously Fence and Jared battling away here for P3. I think it comes out in the form of Fence, but now back to replay again with both Fence and DRC Jared going into turn 1 here. You see Greek comfortably ahead at the moment, but Jared going side by side here with Ryan, and obviously Fence had to hold off. I think that was Neon Tree Dome, I think it was. Yeah, I think it is, because HO's still away at the moment. Look how close this was. You can see, look at Jared taking every little bit of track extension there. I think from what I saw of his footage, he's got 3 illegal overtakes there, so that does not surprise me. So he has to back off, obviously, to not get a penalty. That drops him behind, obviously, into position 4, and you obviously know the rest by now here. Now this is Ben and Neon going side by side, literally through the no-name corner. Literally, that's what it's called, but coming through, pull on right around the outside. Very nice move for Ben round there. Now here's a replay on board with DLG Gambles, who's probably got a good view of what's going to happen in front here, or happens behind a little bit here. So obviously gets past the disconnected Rain for the time being, obviously before Rain comes back. But he's now going to stick in the slipstream here of Mars Berserk. How's the run through? He is, I think, pretty much nearly everybody besides Gamble that took a track extension there. But there goes Lag. He had much momentum there coming through. Obviously, the first couple of through Eau Rouge and Radion, but you can see he locked the brakes coming into turn 7 there. I thought I had the momentum here, but it just wasn't quite enough in the end. Probably the difference in tyre compounds probably had a lot to deal with that, but that was obviously Ben getting by Neon. I think nearly Master Berserk really drilled Ben up the rear end, but you see there goes Ben up the inside, around the outside, sorry I should say, but this was Laggy trying to get past, but look at the run Gamble's got here, so no wonder he got a good run out of all of that. That's not quite close enough to get the move done. Obviously I wasn't too far behind him here, but let's have a actually look here, because when I look back at his footage here, has a little bit of a moment here with Ben, it looks like with Ben, but has a big screen freeze here, and just sends him back, and again has another big screen freeze. I haven't seen screen freezes for a long time, so and that just obviously just ruins his momentum, obviously, and he's now back into dead last. So now back we go here. This is the battle again with Fens and DRC Jared. They've had their fair share of battles over the last few races, but Jared trying the long way round. Fens will cover it off here. Just manages to keep ahead for now, but this is on board with Ben, who had to take that track corner, the corner cut through there. I'm not sure why he's got the background, the colour of like from the 1970s or something, but anyway, lap 3 now. This is Greek still leading the way here, but obviously Ryan will have the momentum here with the slipstream, and I think DRS, yes he does, so there he goes around the outside and gets the race lead. So he's literally toing and froing at the moment for this race lead for the Belgium Grand Prix, and literally for the battle with the 2 championship contenders. I'll get my words out in a minute, but back we go with DRC Jared, and we'll have Fence's footage in a moment or two, because he didn't have a lot of this one for the moment. It's just obviously see Jared have a good run here through Rouge. Or Fence really didn't have the greatest of momentum through there, and yeah, that's quite easily the move done for Jared even before Les Combs, so got comfortably done before then. So anyway, now we go on board with lap 4 now. So this is Greek trying to get back the position on New Zealand Ryan. He's had a shocking run coming up Eau Rouge there, so wouldn't be surprised if he comes under a bit of attack here from Greek, who's got now overtake DRS as well, sends it up the inside there and gets the race lead back. So literally there's nothing between these guys, the top two of the championship. Literally the guys fighting for the race win at the moment, and like I said, there's 11 points between those guys. Nice little oversteer moment coming out of the final corner. On to lap 5 we go here, so a little bit of a brake lock up going into turn 1 here. So yeah, like I said, we're back to our battle group here, which is pretty much Haas v Sauber at the moment. It's now not the greatest of runs through Eau Rouge, and I think Perez is probably going to take full advantage here. I wouldn't be surprised in front. There's a little bit of battling going on as well. I don't think Ray's quite close enough to lag. Even Perez goes in a little bit deep going into Les Combes, but I think he's got the position for the time being, as it's a little bit of a moment coming out of the final bit of Les Combes there, but going into Bruxelles, he's well and truly got that move done. But
check your MFD for a new strategy option.
And already I'm getting
Copy that.
It's time to change strategy-wise, and well, I mean, I don't know why I got it. I mean, I'm on soft tyres. I thought they would last a bit longer than this. I mean, super soft tyres probably not going to last too much longer. As you saw there, Perez actually got a little bit of dust, dirt come out of off his tyres there, so he ran a little bit wide. He's trying to stick in his slipstream here. And I think there's battling going on in front as well. He ran a little bit wide there coming out of through turn 18. I think that's part of blocks him on as well. But now Rain's got ahead of Laggy, so it's literally at the moment Haas v Sauber. Because like I mentioned before,
we're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can.
I mean, we're already getting word for boxing this lap, but I think I'm going to stretch this out for another couple of laps at least. So yeah, like I said, we're sort of battling away here, but a Constructors' Championship as well. Let's see where we are, because like I mentioned, 13 points between Sauber in P7 and us and Haas in P8. So now just trying to get a nice run here, and I think here we're going to get the move here. Perez has got DRS as well, but we just have a little bit more oomph there going up the inside here. So Perez runs a little bit wide here. We're just going to hang on round the outside through here, which is turning the inside. We have to take that corner cut through there, because there was probably no other choice there. Probably could have, I was just giving him the room there. Probably could have gone a little bit further left, but yeah, like I said, just wanted to give him room. But now we jump back up into P9. Next up, obviously up the road, here's my teammate. But obviously, I don't think Perez is quite done here, so we run a very wide.
Remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach.
Coming out of turn 16, which really compromised my run here, but we're just sort of hanging on the straights here. So I think I was running a little bit low downforce as well, which sort of helped me a lot. As you saw, Master Berserk's now out of the Grand Prix, so I think he probably had another crash coming out of Eau Rouge Radion there, but we just hang on for the time being, as looks like the battle in front here is not going to be too far away. So there's a few guys in the pit lane. Looks like Neon, New Zealand Ryan and Greek Master have come in for their pit stops, so obviously they've obviously burned up their super soft tyres a bit early, so but we're still continuing on here on our soft tyres, as we can now see. I think maybe Laggy's actually got back ahead of Rain, and now Perez is going to get back ahead of me, so sort of literally toing and froing at the moment between us and the Sauber boys. So actually nothing between us. Perez gets very wide coming out of the exit end of the Les Combes part. I think Laggy's now starting to put away a little bit from Rain in front there, so great job for him. There's now Rain has spun coming through Pouon, so I wouldn't be surprised if he probably took too much curb coming through Pouon now, so that's an easy spot now. So pretty much that battle is now finished in the moment, I think, between Haas and Sauber. I mean, there's only one Sauber left out of all of it, but anyway, this is the replay on board with the pit stop. So obviously Greek come in for the pit stop and Ryan shadowed him, so let's see here. I think it's battle of the pit crews here, and obviously Neon followed suit as well. So what are these guys going to go on? Medium tyres for Greek, same for New Zealand Ryan. So I mean, if you can stretch your super soft tyres in, you could possibly get away with getting on the soft tyres, but it's a little bit tricky. You've not got to burn up your super soft tyres. So he comes out, obviously, does Greek come back out in P8, but And this is literally going on while the two guys were in the pit. Sorry, three I should say were in the pits. This is Jared and Fens battling away for the race lead. Obviously, Fens is on different tyre strategy on the soft tyres, so they're probably in the right shape at the moment. Jared is probably struggling a little bit on super soft tyres, but we take a corner cut there big time as that was dead set my fault there, big time. So
by 2.3 seconds.
Yeah, that was dead set my fault, that one. I turned in way too early for the corner, both corners actually. So got a 5-second stop go penalty, which is I have to serve at the pit stop. Got a 3-second time penalty.
I need you to stop cutting the corners. If you keep it up, the stewards will award you a penalty.
Yeah, obviously Jeff giving me a warning, but pretty much I had no choice. It was pretty much all I could do. There was nothing I could do there really. I just had to take it, otherwise I would end up in the wall. But obviously Jarrett's now come in for his pit stop. There's a few other guys that are still pushing on here. I think Fens, Ben, and pretty much us three here, Laggy, myself, and Prez. You can see Prez putting a lot of attack here, pressure here on Laggy, but at this point in time I think Laggy's going to dive into the pit lane here. I think he said that in our party chat, so there he goes into the pits. So his super soft tyres are pretty much done. And I think Ben has also come in as well. Yes, he has. So that's put us up into P3. So pretty much we're the odd guys out here that probably push on a little bit longer. I mean, Fans and myself, we could probably not too far away maybe from getting off these soft tyres and going to the mediums. Obviously Prez can go a little bit longer than all of us here, but we're just trying to get a good run through here. Actually, she had to shift back down through 7th gear there through Rouge, so actually got a much better run here. He does not have DRS, so this is going to help me out big time here. And obviously Greek is closing in on us as well, but we have to go all the way back down to 3rd gear there just to make sure we get the spot, but we do, so that puts us up.
Nice move.
Thank you, Jeff, as always. It gets us up into P2, but I don't think Greek is mucking around here, and I think he's now going to go up into P3 at this point in time. So here's a replay of what happened during the pit stop. So this is obviously Ben getting off the super soft tyres, and like I mentioned, he's going onto the set of soft tyres. So this is a different strategy as well. So he's come out with a bit of fresh air as well ahead of Neon Trito. So like I said, if you can stretch out your super soft tyres, you can probably get away with super softs to softs. But yeah, this is Gamble in for his pit stop. It's pretty much been a shocking race for him, as I think that's Rain as well, who's just come in as well for probably I'm not sure for a front wing change or maybe just for tyres, but that was obviously, you saw then, that was my move on Prez, but this is Greek getting past Prez as well. So there's a little look here up the inside. Now at this point, as you can see there, gets that move done comfortably. So at this point, and I think he lets Ryan go through as well, but at this point I was a little bit
understood, stopping this lap.
Yeah, as you can see there, I did decide to box this lap here, but I was a little bit up in arms whether to sort of continue on and maybe hold up Greek a little bit with the tyres I'm on here, but I just decided to sort of bail out of it a little bit here because I'm not part of this team's thing, so I'm just going to do my own thing. So anyway, we're coming in for the pit stop here, and obviously we have to serve the 5-second stop-go penalty, so there's definitely one we're going to have to get rid of, but I think we've got 1 or 2 other penalties otherwise, so here we go. So obviously the pit guys will stick around here, so I was pretty furious about not getting the 5-second stop-go penalty. But
exit now.
As I mean, it probably, if we didn't get that 5-second stop-go penalty, we probably would have come out ahead of Laggy. So as you can see, he's relatively ahead, so he's on soft tyres. So he's trying the super softs to softs strategy. As you can see, we'll jump aboard now to lap 10. As you can see, Fens actually come out ahead of Greek. As these two are going to go side by side here. Obviously, Fens on cold tyres. He's going to struggle up through here. So Greek gets the race lead back, but Fens might be a bit under attack here from New Zealand Ryan and Jared. This is literally going to go 3 wide here, nearly on the Kemmel straight. Ryan gets past in the P2. I think Jared will get past as well, so good moves from those guys. He's on board with both the other two. This is how it panned out. So obviously Greek got by Fens, but I'm not sure whether there was any team tactics there or whatnot, but or whether that was just cold tyres. We can see Ryan go straight away for the left-hand side. Obviously Jared has to go down the middle because Fens is covering the inside line there, and Obviously, Ryan gets that move done. Now he could go chase after Greek. Literally, the championship battle is on here. Jared gets by as well, so there's literally all or nothing here, I think.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
Great encouragement again from Jeff, as always, even though I already knew that. I'm already in the top 10, so anyway, we'll move on. But you see now, there's yellow flags behind. That's actually for rain, I believe. So, yeah, his race is now going downhill. But what was looking pretty good earlier on, battling away with both of us, both myself and Laggy. But there's a replay now. I think this is on lap 11. You see Ryan getting the slipstream here on Greek. There's literally slipstreaming each other at the moment here. Now Ryan gets the race lead back. So now he could probably try and pull away here. There's literally going to be nothing between those two. It's going to be a case of who gets their tyres to the end, as now Rain has pitted and retired out of this race. So a bit of a shame for Rain, and unfortunately. So and for Sauber as well, because they're going to lose points-wise. But here's Ben getting past Prez. Prez doesn't really put up much of a fight here. Obviously, he knows there's a much difference in tyre strategy as well. But you see now on to lap 13 we go. Prez is now coming to the pits. So you can see he's well and truly ahead of us at this stage. Like I mentioned before, if we didn't have that 5-second stop-go penalty, we might have been a bit closer.
The gap to the car ahead is 2.2 seconds. They're on fresh softs. The time last lap was a 1 minute 53.1. They have a time penalty of 3.0.
So sort of encouraging a little bit there that he's got 3 seconds worth of time penalties. But I think we've got, I can't remember if it was 1 or 2, but anyway, this battle for the lead is back on again. This is literally at the end of lap 13, I think this is, behind with Greek and Ryan. But there's a little bit of contact there by the looks of things. It may be desync, I'm not sure, but Jared takes full advantage of that one. So whether Jared was the cause of that one, or again, whether that was desync, I don't know. But Greek gives him one back, so obviously didn't like that little tap there, so Jared now goes up into P2. That's probably going to help out Ryan a little bit. He'll probably pull away at this point in time, but Fenz's tyres are probably up to phase at this point. He's got much fresher rubber compared to these three. Obviously Greek and Ryan came in on lap 6 and Jared came in on lap 7, I think, or lap 7 or 8, but look at the slipstream. Going to have a look up the inside here of Jared. Not quite in the end, so he has to settle back in, and obviously Greek is the watching arm in P4 now. So back to our point of view at the moment. A little slide coming out of turn 8 there. But yeah, I mean, nothing much was really going on at this stage. So I think pretty much we're just going to show other point of views at this stage. So now Fens again. This is lap 15. Getting finally past DRC Jarrett with the slipstream and DRS. So gets that position quite easily. Now he can chase after New Zealand Ryan if he could hopefully get those tyres to the end. But lap 6 is lap 15. Get another 5-second stop-go penalty for corner cutting there. So yeah, again, that was my fault. Sorry, end of lap 14, I should say. Yeah, that was definitely my fault. And now we've got another 3-second time penalty, so wouldn't be surprised that's 3.
Behind us is 6.1 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 7 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:48.2.
Now it doesn't really help me at this stage because Gamble's got 0 penalties, and I need to at least get 14 odd seconds at least to make it work. But here's the battle for the lead here on lap 17. As Vance takes the lead of the Belgium Grand Prix, Ryan has to settle back in the P2, like I mentioned.
Gap to car in front is 7.3 seconds. You're dropping back by around 1.4 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 5 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 46.4. They have a time penalty of 3.0.
Like I mentioned, Fence obviously got the fresh rubber, and so has Prez, because he's well and truly pulling away, so it's probably going to be a long shot to catch him. But back we go now onto, what is we on, lap 19 I think this is? Or lap, no, yeah, it could be lap 19, yeah, I think it is actually. For that was Jared getting by New Zealand Ryan for P2, as we set our personal best of the race at the end of lap 19 with a 1:46.185. I think it was.
The gap to the car ahead is 6.8 seconds. They're building a lead of 0.6 per lap. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 7 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:47.4. They have a time penalty of 3.0. Our gap to the car in front is 6.6 seconds. Okay, the gap behind is 9.3 seconds.
Sort of pulling away a little bit from Gamble, but I don't think it's quite enough at this point in time. So I was literally trying to push on as quick as I could, and it's probably going to be a long shot. Les Perez has a lot of penalties. It's probably going to be a long shot to get P8 in this race, but here we go. Jarrett now going for the race lead here, and he gets that quite easily. Going up the Kemmel straight there into Les Combes. So Jarrett up the P1, Ben's back into P2. So literally toing and froing at the moment up in front there, but now got Laggy in front of us. Update.
Okay, gap ahead is 6.1 seconds. We're gaining by around 0.2 per lap. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 12 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:47.2. They have a time penalty of 3.0.
Yeah, I think Laggy's probably starting to struggle a little bit on his soft tyres, and obviously Perez is going to be probably pulling away on his fresh rubber as we have a little slide up Eau Rouge. We're setting off now for the final lap here of the Belgian Grand Prix. Pretty decent race. Probably could have been a lot better had I not stuffed it up earlier on with getting the 5-second stop-go penalty, but anyway, sort of is what it is. We'll probably take a few points. There's yellow flags in front there. That was that turn 13 and 14. It looks like one of the red cars. Not sure which one it is, but we'll find out in a minute. Here we go. This is actually on board here with it's on the final lap of the Grand Prix. So it's literally Jared's got the race lead here at the moment. But obviously he's trying to break the slipstream here because he knows fans will probably have the DRS, and he does. So it's literally going to be nothing between these two going into Les Combes. Fed's going to have to do this the long way round. There's a little contact, but Fed's tried to go back up the inside there, but no can do. And now Ryan was obviously looking up the inside there by the looks of things. We'll have a look on board here with Ryan on the left, and we'll have Greek's point of view on the right as well. So obviously Ryan tried to go around the outside, but Fence just manages to hang on for the time being. As now Greek sends up the inside here at Bruxelles turn 10. Now through the corner with no name, and it's literally in a Williams sandwich there. Now Ryan has actually got another time penalty there. From memory, that's probably his second time penalty. He has a little moment through pool on that might give Greek a little bit of incentive to maybe get position 3 in this race, but coming through here, he has a little bit off the curb, and Greek pretty much just finishes him off there. Gets front wing damage for his trouble, but yeah, I think Ryan probably took a little too much curb there through there, but anyway, that may explain which Ferrari it was. But this is literally in the final, trying to go for the move, but I think fans that was probably a little bit risky going to the final call. But it's going to be DRC Jared that takes the Grand Prix. It was an epic fight, that is for sure. But you can probably tell Ryan's left the lobby early because he was pretty pissed off. But come across the line, it's going to be P9 across the finish line, but I think we do drop behind DLG Gamble. We'll see the race results in a moment. So there you go. There's the final podium standing. So it's actually DRC Jarrett, Fens, and Ben, obviously, with Ryan's a little off. I think, with Ryan's a little off, plus Greek having an extra time penalty. I think we'll find out in the full race results in a second as we get a lot of XP there. We're up to rank 37, level 37, I should say. But yeah, there you go. There's the final results. So Jarrett, Fens, and Ben 1, 2, and 3. Ben actually had no penalties, and Greek had 1, I think, from memory. But Greek finished it up in 4th, Ryan in 5th. Neon pretty much on his own in P6. Another one who had no penalties. And he got Prez in 7th, Laggy in P8. And he got DLG Gamble actually got P9 in the end because he had 0 penalties. And myself in rounding out the top 10. And then he had both Rain and Master Berserk, the only 2 DNFs out of that whole race. So, yeah, that was certainly an entertaining race. If this doesn't get a like, I don't know what will. But so here's the championship standings now. So it's 9 points between New Zealand Ryan and Greek Master. So gained a couple of points there, but DRC Jared's sort of coming at a rate of knots with 2 wins in a row. He's 36 points behind. Fens is P4. Ben now up at the P5 with the third placings. Not too bad. We're still P13, so gain of points ahead of Laggy, but that's pretty much it, really. So now Williams with a 40-point lead in the Constructors' Championship over Ferrari. Then you got Mercedes pretty much on their own. Then Red Bull, still Force India there in P5. McLaren, Sauber on 29 points, it says there. I thought they were actually on 33, but that might be the stuff up there. I don't know. But Haas gained, we're pretty much 4 points behind Sauber at the moment. There's Toro Rosso and Renault obviously rounding out the top 10. So, yeah, it was certainly entertaining. If you did enjoy this, and if you did enjoy the split screen coming back, be sure to give it a big smash on that like button. As always, you can leave your comments down below. Subscribe to my channel for plenty more AOR Oceania videos on F1 2018, plus plenty more video gaming content as well. As always, all my social media links will be down in the description, as well as the links to the AOR YouTube channel and the AOR website if you want to go check that out. That's as always, the live streams are on every Sunday night at 8 p.m. for us, and pretty much for most of the European leagues, and I'm not sure exactly the time for the Americas, probably the same. But yeah, until the next time, which will be at the Italian Grand Prix. Hopefully we can get maybe a decent result there at Monza. It is goodbye, and I'll see you all next time.